What is going on, everybody? I have some crazy, amazing news, and I'm out here in Curitiba, Brazil. And I just have to tell you right now, I got some of the greatest news of the week, probably of the year, and I want to share it with you. So I'm about to share my screen here, and I'm about to show you what I saw on the Salesforce Trailblazer website. Right now, I am like in absolute shock and disbelief at the fact that um, we are seeing my face right here on the Trailblazer website. Look, this is on Salesforce. Look, salesforce.com/trailblazer stories. I'm going to put this in the chat for anyone who hasn't seen it. Um, this is something that I want to share with you and I wanted to share this with you because I want you to see that you can do anything in the Salesforce ecosystem. This is not just for me. This is for you. This is for anybody who has a dream, anybody who's trying to get into the Salesforce ecosystem or is in it. I'm telling you, literally, you can do whatever you want in this industry. And I've been saying it since the beginning. Um, I want a golden hoodie. Like, I honestly didn't even expect it. I just literally was sharing my story authentically and cared about other people. And here we are on the Salesforce homepage, or not the exact homepage, but the Salesforce website, salesforce.com/trailblazer stories. Like, think about that for a second. A guy from Tulsa, Oklahoma, who didn't even want to work in tech, ran track in college, and accidentally stumbled upon the Salesforce ecosystem, is now on the Salesforce website. Like there was no this wasn't even a goal of mine. So I just wanted to come here, come live and come and say, like, this is something that you can do too, because it is not something that I was striving for. I was just giving. I was just sharing. I was just learning. I was just creating. I was just commenting. I was just posting. I was just being me, right? Like this, if you are just yourself and you are giving it your all in the Salesforce ecosystem, you can be on the Salesforce website. You can win a golden hoodie. Your story can be told. You can change people's lives. And so I wanted to show you this, and I also wanted to show you the Trailblazer story here that they have of me. And big shout out to everybody here. Big shout out to Pallavi and Raphael as well. Congrats to you guys. I'm going to shout you guys out in my post whenever I go and post about this on LinkedIn. I'm just in absolute shock. And so here's my story right here. And this is the story that Salesforce showed at Salesforce Connections in Chicago back last June. And honestly, this is one of those things where I was just like, had chills when I was watching this video, because I remember when we recorded it. And so, yeah, like this is my story right here. I helped my mom and my sister learn Marketing Cloud, and I took them in. Honestly, like, I'll tell you my story right now. So back in 2020, right as COVID started, I was living in San Diego, and I just decided, you know what? I'm not going to keep paying rent out here and paying money if I can't even go to the beach. And so, hey, Martine, thank you so much. Thank you for continuing to help you reach my goals. I appreciate you. Thank you. And honestly, I appreciate you so much for all the support that you've given me, and thank you for leaving a comment. And honestly, this is a post really more so for you guys. I know I'm kind of talking about myself, but really, this is a post to show you can do anything in the Salesforce ecosystem. Anything, literally. Like, as long as you are just consistent and you show up and give it your all, you can literally be on the front page or on one of the pages here on the Salesforce website like this. Like, like I said, I wasn't even trying, but to my story here that I was, saying about how this all came about is basically back in 2020, COVID was starting, and my mom and my sister, backtrack. I was living in San Diego, and I just didn't want to continue living out there while I couldn't even go to the beach. Um, and so this was right when COVID had started. And so I decided to not to continue living out there. And so I moved back to Tulsa, Oklahoma. I actually lived with my mom, my sister, my brother, and our dog, and someone else as well, and two cats. So there was a dog, two cats, and four people living in 1.5 bedroom apartment in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Mind you, I had already been working in the Salesforce ecosystem since 2017. So I'd already made money. I'm just one of those guys that, like, I sold all my stuff right before COVID because I thought I was going to travel the world. I'm one of those guys that doesn't really need that much space. So I didn't really care. I was just sleeping on the couch for like 3 months during COVID. And I was out there in Tulsa living with my mom, my sister, my brother, and someone else there. And we were all in this one place. And it was awesome, actually. And then I got a job after COVID. So backtrack 1 second as well. I actually lost my job right before COVID. So I was actually jobless during the first part of COVID, like the first 3 months of COVID, from February, no, was it March, April, May, June, July? For 5 months, I was jobless, but I had saved up a bunch of money and I was living back at my mom's in Tulsa. So I was just shelling out a little bit of money to help out with rent. So it wasn't like I was really struggling out there. And so when I got that job in July, this new job, I was thinking about moving back to San Diego, but then I was like, I don't really know if this is the best move because I've gotten so close with my family again. I hadn't lived with my mom since I was a sophomore in high school. Like, I went and lived with my dad in high school. So I hadn't lived with my mom or my sister or anybody like my mom and them since I was like 15. And at this point, I was 25. So, I ended up saying, you know what, I think this is a good opportunity, a good chance for me to live with my mom again. And I ended up saying, hey, you know what, Mom, how about this? Let's go ahead and let's get you a place, or let's all find a place around my other sister who lived in Houston. I said, how about we all just live around each other? And I'll teach you guys Salesforce. I'll teach you guys how to use it, and then I'll help you get a job. Because at that time she was struggling. She was relying on the money that I was giving her to help out with rent, and she was asking for it, and she was asking for the money. She needed it, and I was like, you know what? I'm done with my mom struggling with money. I'm done with my sister struggling with money. I'm done with the phone bill not being able to be paid, like my sister calling me and not being able to pay for the phone bill and upset or crying, right? And I'm just like, something's got to change. So I just told him, I said, look, for a year, I will pay for the rent in Houston if you guys will just promise to learn Salesforce. And they said, all right, let's do it. And so we moved in, and I got a townhome in Conroe, Texas, which is a suburb outside of, basically in the Woodlands, Texas, if anybody's familiar with that, outside of Houston. And we all lived together. It was my mom, my sister, my brother, me, and that one other person that I was talking about. And we all lived there. That other person ended up moving out. So it was us four, the dog and the two cats. And then my sister got two more cats. So it was us 9 overall beings in there. And I was paying rent, and every week I would go to my mom, my sisters, and or my sister and brother, and I would say, hey guys, what did we learn for the week? What are our goals for the upcoming week? And they ended up not really taking it that serious over the course of the year, but I was telling them, like, hey, look, I don't think y'all understand, once this year is over, I'm not paying for anything else. If you guys don't learn Marketing Cloud, it is not $1 is coming out of my pocket to help you guys with anything else. And I was just like, you have the chance right now to go all in and to learn this skill that is really not that hard to learn. Everything is clicks, not code, and Marketing Cloud and in Sales Cloud. And you can make bank. You can make bank out here in the Salesforce ecosystem, and you don't even have to be a developer. So I was like, all right, you guys need to really learn this. And so they, towards the end of us living together in the in that area of like where that lease was about to be up, my mom started taking Salesforce serious, and she said, "You know what, Kaylin? I actually believe that you won't pay for anything else if we don't learn this." And so she took it serious, and I kid you not, and this is how I know anybody can learn Salesforce fast if they care about it. My mom dropped everything else. She was doing Instacart. She was doing like temp jobs. She was doing random stuff like Uber and stuff like that with my car, by the way. And that thing, you know, bless it, it has like 230,000 miles on it now, and thing clonked out. But she was doing all that, right? And she just said, forget it. I'm just going to learn Marketing Cloud. Just teach me. And so every day for like hours and hours, she was just studying, like doing trailheads, doing exactly what I told her to do about, in Marketing Cloud. And literally like 28 days later, she was certified as a Marketing Cloud administrator. And she had put in probably easily had to have put in over 150 hours of just work over the course of the month. Like, it was insane. And she was like teaching me stuff in Marketing Cloud. And so we were doing interview prep. We were doing all types of stuff. And she ended up getting a Marketing Cloud job. And so long story short, my mom ended up making really good money. We'll just say that. Really good money. Going from working as a Dick's Sporting Goods store manager, Kohl's store manager. She was thinking about going back to Starbucks as a store manager. She went from working like 60-hour weeks in retail, which if anybody who's worked in retail or the restaurant industry knows anything about that, you know that it's not a pleasant environment. We'll just say that, especially on like, Black Friday and things like that. And she ended up going from that to making six figures within like when she got serious and her first contract job. And ever since then, she's been doing Marketing Cloud. And I say all this to say, that's the story. That's the background. That's why I'm even on this homepage, right? Like, a lot of people will ask me, Kaylin, how'd you get the golden hoodie? How did that happen? I'm like, you got to give so much of yourself. Like, you have to make a sacrifice, like, to get a golden hoodie or to be recognized by Salesforce and be put on their homepage. This wasn't just like, oh, I had connections or I knew somebody. This was, I busted my tail and I gave it my all, and I shared everything that I knew with the people that I loved and with you guys. Like, the amount of content that I've put out over the past like 4 or 5 years, it's just like, it's been honestly sometimes draining. But honestly, every single time I do it, it's reinvigorating. And hey, thank you, Martine. I appreciate it. And so it's like, when people ask me, how do you get something like the golden hoodie? You have to give in order to get. The only way you can reap is if you sow. And so that's really how I got this. That's how I got here. And that's really my story, you guys. There's so much more to it. Obviously, it's not just that one specific example, but really I just wanted to come here and share this with you because you can be there too. Just give to the world, just share with the world, share your message, be authentic, be real, give back. Whatever you learn, give back. Don't hold it into yourself. That's one thing I always saw when I was in the beginning of the Salesforce world, was there were so many givers. And thank you, Martine. The content is insane. Thank you. And and stuff like this, like the community, like Martine leaving comments like this is amazing. This is what I'm talking about. Like, you won't give to the Salesforce ecosystem and feel alone. You won't feel like you're speaking out into the void. So just share. There's going to be a community out there for you. So that's all I really got with for you guys. I was just so hyped today when I saw this. Like I'm telling you, you will not even fathom what you can do in the Salesforce world if you just share, if you just give, if you just have a positive mindset, if you have a giver's mindset. So that's really all I have. I am going to share this link with you guys. This video is going to be a YouTube video, and I'm going to put a thumbnail on it, and I'm about to ship this out to LinkedIn and to the Facebook group and anywhere else I can put it in my email list. So if you want to be on the email list and get that, go to minuteadmin.com and just sign up for one of the forms there. And you'll be getting this very soon. So that's all I really have for you guys. Thank you for everybody who watched and everybody who will watch. I'm so hyped right now. I want you to get hyped because you can do anything you put your mind to. And you can blaze a trail for your family. You can blaze a trail for your friends. You can blaze a trail for the people you don't even know that you've never even met and change people's lives. Like I've had people call me or message me on leaving me emails, leaving me DMs and say they don't have to struggle paying bills anymore because now they can be the breadwinner of their house while their wife who's pregnant is able to actually relax in life and doesn't have to work herself 2 jobs, right? Like they don't have, like the amount of just giving back to random people that you've never even met in your entire life is one of the greatest feelings, knowing that you changed the world for a better place. So that's really all I have. I know I just went on another tangent and I said I was done here, but that's it, everybody. Kalen Moss, Minute Admin, out.